What would you say if I told you that you can quit drinking alcohol as easily as making your bed or going for a walk? Would you believe me? Well, actually you can. There are many people that decide that their alcohol use needs to be addressed, and they just quit. No meetings, no recovery program, no stop drinking research. They just stop drinking alcohol. It seems they use just plain old willpower to stop drinking. I've tried this method of quitting alcohol many times, and maybe you have too. It never worked for me, but for a few people, they can just stop drinking. For those of us where alcohol has become a problem in our lives, it's more difficult to stop. We want to quit on our own. After all, we've gone through life taking care of many of our problems by ourselves. We can do this. Just don't drink. We decide to stop, and it works for a while. Then something happens. We get some bad news, or our friends are going out to have fun, or we just simply have an overwhelming desire for a drink for no reason at all. Then we take a drink and start that drinking and not drinking cycle all over again. We say to ourselves, but we were able to stop last time for a couple of weeks or whatever it is. This time will be different. I won't let those triggers make me drink. I won't ever drink again. And what usually happens? Well, yeah, you've probably guessed it. You see, there's a couple of problems with this type of thinking. First of all, society has conditioned us to make us think alcohol is a good thing. The alcohol industry peppers us with advertising, showing us how much fun we can have if we drink their brand. They show us how we can enjoy relaxing by the campfire more if we have a drink, or the fun we'll have on the beach with their drink in hand. They just simply want us to think that everything in life will be better if we drink alcohol. Many of the events and gatherings we go to also involve alcohol. Going out with friends, attending a wedding, even just having a beer after a long hike. So much in our life involves alcohol. We've been conditioned to see alcohol as sort of a reward. So our brain responds by sending out those feel-good endorphins when we drink. And sometimes even when we're just anticipating a drink. We've been conditioned our whole lives that alcohol is okay. And for many of us, it's not. Maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't. Actually, it doesn't really matter. Because if you've tried to stop drinking alcohol and you find you continue to go back to drinking, you have become chemically dependent on alcohol. Your brain and body have become conditioned to alcohol. And you will need to do something about it if you want your life to change for the better. You may not be the stereotypical drunk we all think of, but nonetheless, you are chemically dependent. This is how I was. I was chemically dependent on alcohol. I tried to willpower my way to not drinking. It was a constant fight, and I never won. I kept going back to the drink. But I did find my way to sobriety. It actually wasn't that difficult once I changed some key behaviors. I had to develop a new way to look at alcohol and life. These are the things you can do. You can see past the cultural conditioning in today's society where alcohol seems like a good idea. It can be as simple as realizing that most of those things that they advertise as being more fun with alcohol are even better when alcohol is not involved. You could go for hikes, bike rides, learn something new, go do what you enjoy doing or something you might want to try doing. Do it without alcohol. It won't be easy at first, but it absolutely will get easier as you keep doing it. I don't crave alcohol anymore. In fact, I really don't think about it much. I don't have to fight it anymore, but to get there, I had to learn some things. I had to learn that alcohol does nothing for me. In fact, it actually hurts me, so why drink? I had to develop a life that doesn't involve alcohol or its triggers that might make me want to drink. And I had to learn how to handle my relationships with everyone I come in contact with. Quitting drinking alcohol can be difficult for many people, but it doesn't have to be. If you can work on developing the right perspective towards life and alcohol and get the right kind of help, you can quit alcohol for good and never want it again. To learn how to develop this new perspective towards life and alcohol, click the link in the description below where you can book a private call with Marcus and myself and join our 30-day program, which will teach you step by step how to develop this new perspective. This new perspective is key to maintaining a successful sobriety. Our easy to follow, practical program was developed by us based on our journeys into sobriety, and we're going to teach you what works. You do really need to want to stay stopped and be willing to put the effort in for us to help you. But if you really want to stay sober, we can help you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the inside.